Jobs, am I right? We probably all have some interesting stories to tell about our jobs, previous or current. So, want to hear some of mine? Well then buckle in, buddy, because we're about to get started. Okay, so, at my previous and only other job, there was a lady walking along the side of the road who eventually asked to come in and make a phone call, to which my boss has said sure, why not? I had seen her, but I thought she was someone that a coworker knew or something, so I didn't really think much of it. Out of curiosity, one of my bosses asked what she did for a living, and she replied, "I'm a dancer." And I can't remember the rest of the details, but eventually it was pieced together that she was, a dancer for a club or something, which honestly, there's nothing wrong with that, do your thing. But eventually someone did come and pick her up, and it was only after we discovered she stole some of the snacks from her lunch area. What the heck? But, all that aside, I hope she's doing okay. There were a few people who would come to work with us and would decide that the job wasn't for them, which is cool. Not all people may find that the warehouse candle factory job is for them. However, instead of calling or saying, "Hey, I'm sorry, but I don't think this job is for me," they just leave on their lunch break and never come back, not even a freaking phone call. We also had an employee who previously had a record, but I'm not sure what for. She once said something like, "Hey, there's a hair in this candle. Isn't that crazy? What if I committed a crime and my hair was evidence in this candle?" Or something like that, and I was like, what? How do you casually drop that into a conversation? She also said that she was going to brush my hair one day, like she'd already decided. Like it was just something she was, like she said it so matter-of-factly, like, "Oh, I'm gonna brush your hair one day." And I was just like, for context, IRL, I have her curly hair. Don't know if that's an immersion break. Pretty sure she's also the one who snuck in my bag and like stole my rosehip oil and spilled it all over the place, which that sucked. That was one of my favorite bags too. She eventually was fired for not only stealing merchandise, but selling it and stowing it away to random people herself. And herself. Yeah, that one was a little spookier. My direct boss told me a story about a time where she was working a bit past closing, I think. And a guy walked in, and right off the bat she could tell this guy was drunk or high or something. Now, originally a coworker was out there alone, but she texted my boss because she was getting nervous about the guy. When she came out to try to talk to him, he hacked and coughed in her face. Like, she said this guy was like, and she said she washed her face and mouth after that. But luckily my other boss came and got the guy to leave. He wasn't necessarily like doing anything dangerous or harmful, but he was definitely like, it was a little scary. Do any of you guys have interesting work stories of your own? Leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear some. If you did like this video, do make sure to like and subscribe, because it really helps. Alright, bye guys!